Hey, what's going on guys, WingsOfEnd here and welcome back to another video. And today guys, we're going to be starting a new series, and the name of that series is going to be Wings Science Experiments. So yeah guys, the name of this series is going to be Wings Science Experiments. That's the name I'm working with right now. If you have any better ideas, better names, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can name this series after your comment. So yeah guys, in this series we're gonna be doing a lot of testing, a lot of science experiments, making some new blocks and maybe some new animals as well. If you look around me really quickly, you're gonna notice that there is one thing missing from this series, and that's a science lab. I can't really do any experiments over here barehanded. I don't have any blocks or anything on me, so I need to fix that. I don't have an evil science lab, I don't have a good one, I can't do any experiments, so I definitely need to change that. But of course I'm going to build that and bring you guys back. But before that, if you guys are excited for this series, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you're new. And without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Welcome to my science lab. This is just the beginning. The future of this lab is in your guys' hands. If this video gets 25 likes, I'm gonna be continuing this series and expanding the actual science lab. Right now we only have this facility and you can see it looks pretty cool. Even though I did this in creative, it took me a few hours because just getting this dome done was pretty hard. You may notice that we have some of the new blocks. That's because I was doing some of the experiments already. I created some of the new blocks to kinda decorate the lab, but also I made a tiny mistake by making a potion that I accidentally threw and I kinda infested the ground. So sometimes we're going to see some stone appearing from the ground. As of right now, I don't really know how to fix it, but you can see this looks absolutely amazing. You know, in my tutorials I'm using a lot of the light blue concrete, and I wanted to kinda implement it right here. Of course we're gonna get to the experiments in just a second. These over here are just kinda some decoration. We're gonna be expanding this if you guys want me to actually continue this series. That's why I left these flat walls kinda open over here, that way we can make different entrances. But over here, because this is the first episode, you can see actual stone over here. We should be able to actually break this really quickly. Sometimes it's going to appear even on the platform where we're gonna be doing a lot of our experiments. But yeah guys, I would really like to hear your guys' opinion on this lab. I think the actual floor over here looks amazing, and I'm gonna be going over how we actually do experiments right now. Of course this is episode 1 and I wanted to go big. Today we're gonna be experimenting and making some new blocks for the bird poop, aka Diorite. Of course we have a couple of the blocks. We have stairs variants, we have slabs and some walls, we have the normal Diorite and the polished version. But of course we're missing some blocks because, let's face it, you can never have enough bird poop. This over here is pretty much the heart and the brain of the whole facility. This is how we actually get the power to our machines. These two machines are pretty much what we have right now, but hopefully we're gonna be getting a new machines and stuff if you guys want me to continue this series. The one on the left is pretty much for the combining of the blocks and making new ones. Then we can actually send it through the little machine that we have underneath. And hopefully if we done everything correctly, if the experiment actually works, we're going to get the new block over here from this side right there. But enough talk, let's get to the actual experiments. Again, this is how we actually power the whole thing, so we need to actually turn it on by doing this. And we also need to give it a source of the power. Right now we're only gonna go for power level 2. We don't really need that much power to actually do the experiment right here. What I want to do is actually put in some of the bird poop right here, and we're actually going to activate the machine right there. Let's just go ahead and throw one piece of the bird poop in. Then what we're going to do is actually go to the chest in the middle and grab our first thing. First thing that I want to try is kinda go easy and just see if we can add another texture to the bird poop by mixing it with some cobblestone. Let's just go ahead and put it in our machine as well. We should see them right over there to kinda start combining. Then we are pretty much going to send it through the machine underground, which is hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything works well, is going to dispense it right over here for us. I'm hoping that this is going to work, otherwise this experiment is just kind of fail. But of course we have to do a little bit of the testing. It seems like they started combining. You know what, let's just activate our vacuum machine right there and we're going to send it through. You can see we still have them over here at the bottom. But if I press this little red button over there, they're going to disappear. And hopefully they went right into the actual system. We're going to give it a couple of the seconds to actually combine. We're also going to need a bit more power for this process, so right now we are on the power 2, we need to at least double that, so let's just go ahead, go to power 4. Hopefully everything is going to work over here and we can pretty much combine them. Now this is where the magic happens. Hopefully if you actually press this red button, we're actually going to get the new block. Hopefully we're gonna get bird poop with cobblestone texture. You know what, let's just go ahead and press the red button. Let's see if this is actually going to work, and looks like we got a new block. And yes, we actually got bird poop cobblestone. This is amazing. Just compare the textures over here, that looks a lot better. I mean, it's just another texture that we can add to our bird poop builds. This is absolutely amazing, but of course you can see I still have a lot of the experiments to go. I don't really know if we put a bird poop with the vines is... I don't think we can actually get a mossy bird poop block, because the cobblestone is a lot better texture for the vines, because there's a lot of the crevices that the vines can actually go through. You know what, we should probably go ahead and make some more of the bird poop cobblestone. That way we can combine it with the other blocks as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the experiments are going to work with every single block, but there is only one way to find out. Let me tell you something, actual bird poop cobblestone is really hard to break, maybe because we have bird poop with the stone. That has to make it a little bit harder, but I'm just gonna make few more and we can start combining new things. Hopefully they're going to work. So I made 16 of the bird poop cobblestone. I used a little bit of the bird poop and I stored some of it away. I just want to use a little bit to actually test this theory out. Of course we're going to need to kinda remove a little bit of the power and bring it back to 2. I just want to see if you actually mix bird poop and vines, if we are actually going to get a mossy bird poop, or we actually need to use the bird poop cobblestone. So let's just go ahead and activate our machine right here. We're actually going to put some of the bird poop in. Just one piece should be more than enough, and we're going to put in some of the vines. Let's just go ahead and give that a second to actually mix, and we are going to activate the actual vacuum chamber. And of course let's send it down to the actual processing machine, and hopefully we're actually going to get the new block. Not really sure if it's going to work, but again we need to double the actual power. Let's just go ahead and do something like that. We have a bit more power, so hopefully this is going to work this time. Let's go ahead and see. Come on, if we press it, are we actually going to get a new block? And doesn't appear to be, so let's just try to maybe click it again. Do we actually have to use the bird poop cobblestone? It looks like we are actually gonna have to, so you know what, let's just go ahead and revert this to 2 of the power, because we don't really need that much power for the first part of the experiment. We just need to get 2 of the blocks to kinda get to know each other right here in this chamber. And then when we actually try to combine them underneath, we actually need to at least double the actual power. Alright, note to self, currently we are 1 and 1 on experiments. We had 1 that worked and 1 that didn't. I really hope that these next experiments are going to work, because I would really love some more variety in the bird poop. So what we're going to do is actually have one right there. I believe we actually need to activate our little machine. And we're also going to have 1 bird poop cobblestone. Hopefully this is actually going to make a mossy bird poop cobblestone, which is going to be absolutely amazing if this actually works. Okay, let's just go ahead, activate our vacuum chamber. They should still be right over here inside of the actual chamber. And let's just go ahead and send them down over here. That way we can actually try and combine them. We need to go and actually bump up the power over here. Let's just go ahead and add 2 more, so we are basically doubling that. And we're just gonna give it a little second right there. Hopefully this is actually going to work. And let's just go ahead and see if we are actually going to get a new block. Hopefully we are, and I think I saw a block over there, and yes, is this actually what we're looking for? And mossy bird poop. This is absolutely amazing. Look at it over here next to the bird poop. It looks really cool. You kinda can't even see that this has the cobblestone texture. Let's see how hard is that to break, and this is just getting harder and harder to actually break. But I'm really excited to actually go and test some more stuff out. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna need to use a lot of the actual bird poop cobblestone in order to make some of the new blocks. Reset the power over here, and we need to have it on 2. This next experiment is going to be kinda strange, because I want to try and make a bird poop bricks. I don't really know if you actually need to combine bird poop cobblestone with the actual stone brick, or do I need to put in 4 bird poop cobblestone pieces to actually make this? I mean, this is why we have the lab, this is why we have this series with these science experiments. We're gonna be testing stuff out, doing some science experiments, and science experiment is exactly what we're going to do right now. And the power should be on the optimal strength, and yes, we have it on 2. The first thing we're actually going to do is try out with 4 of the bird poop cobblestone blocks. Let's just go ahead and dispense 1, and of course we need to make sure that we power the machine up, because when we actually press the button, this activates kinda the vacuum chamber, and all of the blocks are going to sink to the bottom. but we have one. We're going to put another one. Let's put in the third one and fourth one right there. Let's just go ahead and take the leftovers. We're going to let them kinda get to know each other for a second, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this is actually going to work. I'm really excited to see what you guys think of this series. I really like doing these experiments, and let's just go ahead and actually activate the vacuum chamber. They should all drop down over there, yup, and let's go ahead and activate these. Hopefully they're going to disappear from the actual chamber, and yes, they all disappeared. Let's go ahead, bump the power up a little bit, and we should be able to actually make the first bird poop brick in the history of the bird poop. Let's press the button. Come on, fingers crossed this is actually going to give us the actual bird poop brick. And come on, I didn't really hear the machine work, so I don't really think that's a good sign. Come on, we should have probably got it by now. Looks like this experiment has gone to water. We didn't really get anything. Let's try and pressing the button again. And nope, looks like we actually didn't manage to combine. Maybe we actually need the stone brick with the actual bird poop cobblestone to actually make this work. That's exactly what we're gonna be testing next. I was kinda hoping that we're actually gonna have all the next experiments correct, but I guess we're now like, what, 2-2 or 2-1. We have 2 of the experiments right and 2 of them wrong. Hopefully we can get all of the rest correct. So again, we need to reset everything. Let's reset this over here for the bottom chamber, and we need to bump the power back down, and let's have it on 2. Hopefully this is going to work with the stone bricks and the actual bird poop cobblestone. I mean, bird poop and cobblestone made bird poop cobblestone, so hopefully it should be the same with the stone bricks. I just don't know if we actually need to use bird poop or do we actually need to use bird poop cobblestone. I think we have higher chances of this working with the bird poop without of the bird poop cobblestone, because we're only using bird poop to make the bird poop bricks. Don't really think adding cobblestone in that is actually going to help. So I'm gonna go with the bird poop first, that way we can actually see if we are correct, and if we are, we're going to continue our experiment success. So let's just go ahead and activate our machine. I actually remember that to do this time, and put in the bird poop first, activate it, and we're going to need some of these stone bricks. Okay, let's press that, and they should get to know each other right over there in that little chamber. We are going to send them into the vacuum chamber right underneath, and let's just go ahead send them to the system. Again, we need to bump the power up twice over here, like so, and give it a second, and I'm really hoping that this is going to work, otherwise I just wasted another solid good bird poop block. Come on, give us the bird poop brick, and I hear the machine working. Come on, are we actually going to get it? And I see the block, is that the block we're looking for? And looks like we got it, the bird poop brick. That actually looks absolutely amazing. I would really like to have this across all platforms in vanilla, because this block is just absolutely amazing. Let's see how long does this take, and man, it's like breaking obsidian. I guess the next ones are going to get a lot harder, but I guess we are pretty much done with the actual brick. Now I want to kinda test out if we can actually add vines to kinda make it mossy, and maybe we can even chisel the stone brick. So the next experiment is gonna be to actually try make this a mossy bird poop brick. We're gonna be using some vines with this block. I'm pretty sure that's what we need to do. I mean, it's just kinda logical to actually add vines to the actual bird poop brick to make it to mossy bird poop brick. I mean, it sounds logical that we need to add vines to the actual bird poop brick to actually get the mossy version. I mean, it's logical, and science is all about logic, right? And bird poop, I can't forget about bird poop. Talking about all this bird poop, no, it doesn't make me hungry. I just want to give you guys a little challenge. How many times in this video have I said bird poop? If you get the correct number in the comments, you're gonna get a little shout out in the next video. Of course, just go ahead and wait till we actually finish the video, because there's a lot more bird poop coming. But experiments, we can't forget about the experiments. Looks like everything is in correct order. Let's activate the machine, and we're actually going to put in the vines first this time. Let's just go ahead and activate that. Press the button, we should see it right there. And let's put in our only bird poop brick in the chamber. Okay, let's just go ahead, press that, and let those guys get to know each other. And you know what, let's just go ahead and kinda test is everything in the correct place. Okay, we have our ship, we have everything over there. The reason I'm checking this is because I had a little accident. One of the things actually escaped the chamber over here. And you know what we're doing? Oh my god, there is a lot of this stone. This definitely needs cleanup. Looks like there is a lot of the infestation going on. This is the potion that I was talking about earlier. I just want to ask you guys, if any of you know this block, drop a like down below and let me know in the comments the name of it. I think our experiment is about done, and man, I need to clean up this mess after I actually finish the experiment. Let's just go ahead and finish this. Hopefully this is going to work the first time. Okay, let's just go ahead, press that, it's gonna get sucked down, and we should be able to actually go ahead and put it in the little system. Again, we need to have the power a little bit higher, like so. That should do the trick, and let's just wait a second. And let's push the button. Hopefully this is going to work first time. And does this work? I don't really see the block. And okay, there it is. Did we actually get it on the first try? And Mossy bird poop brick. This is absolutely amazing. Even this block looks great. I mean, with the actual brick block, this is going to look really nice. How long does this take to break? And looks like every time we make a new one, it takes a little longer to actually break. But of course, we have another experiment that we need to go. And I'm kind of curious to see the results of this one. Now, this next experiment is going to be also the last one in this episode, and it's around chiseled stone bricks. Now, I don't really know if I need to make like the actual bird poop brick to actually kind of chisel it, or do I just combine the bird poop with the chiseled stone brick. I guess this is just the series about experimenting, and we're going to find out one way or another. Everything is back to normal, and we're actually going to try this first method first. Let's just go ahead and put in the chiseled one, and we're just going to put in one because I don't really think we can make a lot more of them. Let's just go ahead, activate the machine again. And what is this? This is bird poop cobblestone. Okay, let's just throw in the actual bird poop block without of any modifications, not the bird poop cobblestone or anything like that. Just the good old bird poop block, freshly made this morning, if you know what I mean. Let's just go ahead and activate the actual process, and let's just go ahead and send it through the machine. We need to give it a bit more power. You know what, this time let's go full power. Hopefully this is actually going to work and it's not going to mess anything up. And press the button. Come on, is this actually going to give us what we want? And I think I saw the block, or never mind. Looks like this actually didn't work. Well, looks like the max power actually messed this up. I didn't really wait long enough, and I used a lot more power than we actually needed. So you know what, before I actually try another way of making this, I'm actually gonna try this again. I don't really know if the max power messed it up or I didn't wait long enough. So we're just going to try this one more time before we actually try the new version. Okay, we are going to add some more bird poop over here. We need to activate the machine again, which is something I always seem to forget. And let's go ahead and add the chiseled stone brick. Okay, let's just go ahead, press the button, and we're going to give them a tiny bit of the time to kind of get and know each other. In the meantime, I should probably clean my lab a little bit. I don't really know what this is all about. I mean, that potion that I threw without actually recording it probably has something to do with it. We can see right here we have some of these strange things. We have a nether portal, which is just one piece of it here, like a one block of the actual nether portal, which is pretty strange. So it just kind of appeared and I just kind of built something around it. That way we can kind of contain it right there. This yellow one may seem like it's empty, but we actually have a end portal right there. This is another portal that just kind of showed up over here, and I had to kind of build around it. This over here, the green one, is where we actually had a little creature that seems to be missing. It probably escaped, so should probably be kind of scared, but there is a lot of these blocks over here and I have no idea why is there so many of them. But again, I really hope that you guys are going to be enjoying this series. I'm recording this like a day before I actually upload this, so I don't really know how this video is going to go, but I'm really excited to actually see the end results. Hopefully you guys are going to like it, and hopefully you're going to want me to continue this, because I have a lot of the plans for this series and it's gonna be absolutely amazing. There is so much of this stone. I'm gonna clean this up and we can continue with our experiment. Seriously, you spawned over here as well. Note to self, don't throw random potions on the ground, because this is probably going to happen. But I guess those guys have been over here together for a long time. Let's just go ahead and send them through over here. Let's just go ahead and deactivate that. And this time we're only going to double the power like every time that we did so far. Okay, so we have 4 instead of the 2, and come on, we're going to give it a few seconds to actually kind of combine over here in the system. I'm really hoping that this is going to work because I don't really know what other way to actually do this scene. Come on, let's press the button. Come on, please work this time. And I hear the machine going off. And yes, looks like we actually got it. And that looks amazing. Carved bird poop brick. Okay, this is kind of different. This is actually not called the chiseled brick that we have right over here. That kind of threw me off, but I guess we actually made a new block. This is chiseled and this is carved bird poop brick. I guess that's absolutely amazing. We got a new block that's not actually called chiseled. I guess carved bird poop is really nice because we kind of harden the actual poop and we just kind of carve the actual pattern over here. I guess chiseled and carved is probably the same thing, but I guess this is absolutely amazing. Let's just go ahead, place it down, and I have to say bird poop blocks are absolutely amazing over here in any kind or form of the block. Let's see how long is this going to take, and looks like kinda the same amount of time as the previous one. Those experiments are pretty much all the experiments we're gonna do in this episode. I mean, we did a lot of the experiments with the bird poop and we made some new bird poop blocks, which is an absolutely amazing episode in my book, of course. I just want to kind of walk through the actual lab with you guys. You can see this took absolutely ages, mainly because of this dome that we have on the top. If you miss one layer, you just mess like one block or something. When you do the next layer, you're going to see that you messed up because none of the things are actually going to line up. And is that an alligator? What on earth is that over there? Seriously, how many of these stone blocks over here are going to spawn? We don't even get anything in return. But looks like there's actually an alligator. I think that's an alligator. I don't really know any other words for it. It kind of looks like an alligator and looks like it spawned on our dome. I'm not really sure what that was supposed to happen, but looks like we have our little friend over there. Hopefully he is going to stick around. I also really like this little platform that we have, because all of these blocks actually provide lighting. They're kind of like glowstone, and all of the blocks on the floor that we have are actually different versions of the snow. Yes, I'm using snow over here. You can see it has pretty much the same little blocks that the actual bird poop has, like the stone brick and the chiseled version over here, which is really great. And I pretty much kind of decorate this as best as I can for right now, because I don't know if you guys actually want me to continue this series. You can see this over here, this wall doesn't really have any of the decorations, because I think this is going to be like the way we're actually going to be expanding the base. Again, if you guys want me to continue this series, you can see we have some of the nice blocks. This is one of my favorites because of the actual change of the color. It kind of reminds me of the prismarine. But yeah guys, overall I am really happy with the first episode of this series. I think the lab turned out really nicely, maybe even better than I expected. Our machines over here work perfectly for the experiments, and there is definitely room for improvement, but again, I just don't know if you guys actually want to see more of this series. Again, the like goal for this is going to be 25 likes, so if we hit that, I'm gonna be making a new video. We are probably gonna be messing with some blocks in the couple new episodes, because I'm going to need some time to actually work on different parts of the actual lab. That way we can maybe experiment with some animals as well. But that's pretty much gonna be all there is for this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you're new. If you think any of your friends would enjoy this type of content, make sure to share it with them. But as always, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. How many times did I say burp up?